Judge Merchan, today found Trump to be in contempt of court for violating his gag order 9 times. He fined Trump $1,000 apiece for a total of $9,000, which that should shut him up. That's Trump spends $9,000 at the Wendy's drive-thru.
One of the things that continues to astonish me is the fact that the Republican nominee was just charged and fined with contempt of court.
Did you order the code red?
I did the job. Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did!
And will probably be again either at the end of this week or sometime next week. And everyone's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Let's go on to this other thing. I mean...
No biggie. The guy that wants to be president is a child who can't control himself for any, a couple minutes.
Talk about,
but sure.
When we were coming up in Blogosphere 1.0, I remember Howard Dean getting laughed off the stage when he just went, yar, made that yelling noise. And that was it for his political career.
Right.
Donald Trump was just charged with 10 counts of contempt, or just fined for 10 instances of contempt. And that's a 5-minute story in our crazy social media driven world these days. I don't understand it.
They finally did it, man. They finally did it, right? Which is they turned politics into WWE.
It's ridiculous. We've got a stadium outside, like almost 100,000 people. The place is packed. Vince McMahon doesn't get me a sandwich. I have no food. I have nothing to drink.
I mean, we are getting closer and closer to politics becoming that world. Hell, Jesse Ventura was a governor, right?
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
I mean, but, we were getting more and more. It was becoming more celebrity-based, more people that had famous names from acting, sports, things like that were being elected who had no business being there. I mean, there were some very smart people who had been actors or in sports. It's just not to say that disqualifies you. Some very smart ones who've paid attention to politics, who've done things in politics and perfectly belonged in that, in politics, right? But the difference between, and I didn't like this guy's policies, but the difference between someone like, let's say, Fred Thompson, who was a lawyer, and worked on I think it was in the Nixon hearings and whatever, before he became an actor and then ran. And again, I thought his policies sucked.
One day this chair is going to be empty.
But at least you could say, like, he had the background to be there. Hell, Reagan ran the Hollywood union before.
It's fairly simple. A lot of people think they're born better than others. I'm trying to prove it's the way you're raised that counts. But even a monkey brought up in the right surroundings can learn the meaning of decency and honesty. I
mean, these are people that actually got involved in stuff, and then reality stars like Anna Paulina Luna, who's a fucking Instagram influencer who changed her last name, a la George Santos, lied about half the things that and now she's there because she had internet fame. I mean, that's where we've gotten to, and as you said, the kinds of things that used to make people like say, "Oh, you're done," right? There are a number of those moments. Even think about the moments in 2012 that did Mitt Romney in. I mean, hell, he put a dog in a car. Now we got puppy killers out there, right? Like, it's like, or on top of a car. But in addition, remember when he said binders full of women?
I went to a number of women's groups and said, can you help us find folks? And they brought us whole binders full of women.
Weird things like that, and those became stories. Donald Trump says things like that every 5 minutes. The things he does that are 20 times as bad as that don't break through. Like they've, with him and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Boebert, and frankly, most of it on the Republican side, but a few of them, Kirsten Sinema on our side with their ridiculous outfits and whatever. Like, we've just destroyed the sort of, the kind of, even the illusion that you had to have any substance to be in Washington or to get on TV to talk about politics.
So we have another day of court in a freezing courthouse. For purpose, I believe. They don't seem to be able to get the temperature up. It shouldn't be that topic in a freezing courthouse, and that's fine.